Hello, and welcome to another update video about Ethereum. So on the Ether chart, I wanted to start with the weekly outlook. Actually, I'm currently working on several weekly charts that we then publish on Discord and Telegram for channel members to access 24/7, basically. I haven't really had a weekly chart for ETH yet, so it's a good addition, especially we are focusing quite a lot on the shorter time frames because honestly, in this bear market, not too much happened, but it is so important not to lose sight of the bigger picture, yeah, because not everybody's trading short term, you know. A lot of people are focusing just on the long term, and obviously it's important to still keep in mind where we are in the larger cycle. So my view of the weekly chart, and again, I will share that on Discord and Telegram with the TradingView chart links. We basically completed since the beginning here a wave 1, a wave 2, a wave 3. Yeah, this here was a wave 4. That's pretty, I think, pretty clear, you could say. And now the price is in a wave 5. So basically in the last step of a larger cycle. And we have here wave 1, wave 2 complete. That was a 1-2 setup into the March 2020 lows. Then a third wave to the upside. Decent length, yeah, basically has to be a wave 3. Can't be another wave 1. Really, not on the log chart. On the linear chart, you might get a different result, but linear charts are fine, but you have difficulties to look at a long-term chart, you know. You can't really, because you don't see all the waves, you don't see all the projections and so on, so it's a bit tricky. And you get a different count. You can still work with it, but you just get a different count, and yeah. Anyway, here on the ETH chart, we have 3 waves up, basically. I consider this an A wave down into the 21 lows, an overshooting B wave, and a C wave down, which might be finished. So at the moment, there is definitely the potential that here at the 38.2 retracement level, typically an ideal target for a fourth wave, that the bear market low was completed. Yeah, it just needs to break out now in this third wave. So basically, based on this assessment on the weekly chart, the third wave rally is already unfolding. However, you need to understand this is obviously a higher level outlook and just shows at the moment the pattern. And what we need to add here is basically the alternative fourth wave. So it could simply come down lower. The yellow box is where the yellow wave 4 could land. Sorry, the white wave 4 could land still. It could go down all the way next to 620 and then 391, but below 391, that's it. Yeah, then we are bearish. But yeah, we've already dropped by then a lot. I don't see that happen at the moment. So it's long-term accumulation zone, very long-term accumulation zone here, basically between $1,000 and $391. And we already dipped into that area already in June 22. And we're now in this larger fifth wave. Target for the next bull run between basically, you could say 8K and 12K. That's sort of roughly the target range for the next all-time high. The red zone or the red line defines when we go long-term bearish. Then basically this larger degree assessment was wrong and probably already completed wave 5. It's just that this is not a reliable, so basically like that, yeah. This is just not reliable because this wave 4 would have been too short. The wave 5 is actually a 3-wave move, and the wave 5 is also too short. So that's not a likely scenario in my opinion. Yeah, way too short. So therefore, this is the primary, and yeah, it gives you a good view, I think. And obviously, there are certain breakout points. We've got one here at $2,100. We've got one here at 3,600, and we've got one here at 4,880. Now, again, very important because not everybody's interested in the short term. I will put this into the long-term video section on YouTube. There we have a long-term playlist for various coins. You can find all-time high targets, our weekly charts, and so on. Now, they will have to get updated from time to time, but not that frequently. So, yeah, this is the weekly chart. So let's dive into the shorter time frame. Basically, what we're diving into now is this area here, yeah, and to go to ETH, yeah, I go to the 4-hour chart first to show you the bigger picture. I will also create a specific daily chart. We did that today for Bitcoin. That cuts out all the noise here. Yeah, all the micro counts will not be on the daily chart. So I think that will be a good addition for everybody who likes to trade just the larger swings. But on the ETH chart here, this is the movement since November 22. We're still tracking a 1-2-1-2 setup. Basically, this move down could be still in the making. Okay, and I'm tracking potentially a move down all the way into the region between $1,200 and $1,300. But I will work on a daily chart. Then we will make that a little bit more specific. Go back to the 1 hour chart here. Yeah, I mean, it's got a textbook bearish setup at the moment on this chart. I mean, we had off this swing high that was made end of August, a 5-wave move to the downside into the September lows, a corrective move to the upside in the yellow wave count. I'm counting that as an ABC structure. Might actually change the structure of it like a little bit, but it's okay for now, yeah. But we've got a 3-wave move up in the yellow wave count, rejected at one of our resistance levels here, 1663, 1664. And I count that as a wave 2. So the wave 1 to the downside, the wave 2 to the upside, overlapping price action, very corrective, got rejected at the golden ratio, ideal rejection point for a wave 2. And then again, a micro or nano 5-wave move down, 3-wave move up. That's a textbook. There was a dog. That's a textbook still the dog. Textbook bearish setup. Absolute textbook bearish setup. Doesn't of course mean that it has to work out. Doesn't work out. It doesn't guarantee it will work out, but it's a setup, you know. It's all about probabilities. The thing is, because in crypto, things are correlated with Bitcoin. If Bitcoin suddenly makes a move to the upside, and Bitcoin setup isn't that clear, okay? Bitcoin setup isn't that clear, and because it's not that clear, this could easily here get invalidated, but it's a very clear setup, which gives you a very clear stop. For example, this setup will get invalidated with a break above 1670 on the Binance exchange. So this wave 2 basically will get invalidated, but that a very tight stop and huge reward to risk for a short trade. Yeah, potentially even down in the $1,200, $1,300 region. Now, bear in mind, if this micro setup gets invalidated, doesn't make the chart bullish, it could still just reset the wave 2 a little higher. And as long as it doesn't break above 1700, it is still overall a bearish setup. But here you've got everything that you normally want. You've got a 1-2 setup, and then within that third wave, another 1-2 setup. It now obviously just needs to follow through to the downside, and we've got micro confirmation 1627, yeah, to the downside. The point here is, the reason why this setup is so good is if it stops out, it doesn't hurt, okay? You're so close to the invalidation point. Yeah, it's going to be interesting, but at the moment it's not moving at all. It might not even do anything until tomorrow when we've got the interest rate increase. It's probably going to it's probably not going to happen, but interest rate decision. Yeah, I just want to highlight that setup, obviously, and even if we invalidate the micro setup, it could still just reset this wave 2. But above $1,700, yeah, if we get a break above the $1,700 level, the resistance point here, the 78.6 Fib level, I have to assume that the white wave count is playing out. That might be something more bullish, but I would need to see those 5 waves to be filled in, then a 3-wave move down to confirm that a lasting low has been established here. That would then be a bullish wave count. The problem, what I described in previous videos, if we break above resistance, it will make the yellow wave count less likely. It will make the white wave count less likely, but you then at some point get 50-50. So you're basically in the middle of nowhere. You're in no man's land. And yeah, that's the problem. But yeah, we keep watching for very selfish reasons. I really hope that the move down is going to play out, because it is clear the move up can really only work as a diagonal, in my opinion. So not an impulse, which reduces probabilities for the upside, in my opinion. So yeah, but I always obviously want to avoid ambiguous patterns. I want to have clarity on the chart. So I hope we follow through to the downside. But yeah, you've got a very clear invalidation point there for the micro setup, and the $1,700 level is the next key resistance level. That's my update about ETH. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.